Elon Musk. You know the name, you know the companies, SpaceX, Tesla, the whole thing. But what does it actually take to build something like that from the ground up? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and dive into some incredibly raw, unfiltered advice Musk gave to a group of new entrepreneurs way back in 2016. Let's get into it. We have this image in our heads of the tech genius, right? Kind of like Tony Stark. It's all fun, it's heroic, and the genius part just looks effortless. But Musk's version of that reality? Whoa. It is the absolute opposite. He calls it painful. He says it's like staring into an abyss, and it demands a level of endurance that sounds almost superhuman. So yeah, it's not a party, it's a war. So in this explainer, here's what we're going to do. We're going to break down Musk's advice, piece by piece. We'll kick things off with the brutal truth of what it's like to be a founder. Then we'll look at his strategy for actually surviving it. And finally, we'll get into the future opportunities he thinks are just waiting for someone to grab them. All right, first up, let's get right into what Musk really thinks about the day-to-day grind of starting a company. And I'll give you a heads up, it is not pretty. This right here, this is probably Musk's most famous and most gut-punching piece of advice. I mean, he is not messing around. He's telling you straight up that this process is designed to chew you up and spit you out. It's a really powerful and, let's be honest, kind of terrifying way to describe the struggle. What's super interesting here is how he maps out the emotional journey. He calls those first few months the honeymoon period. Everything's new, you're full of energy, it's exciting. But then, boom, reality hits, and it hits hard. And we're not talking about a brief rough patch. The key warning from Musk is that you have to be prepared to live in that pain for years. So what does that pain actually look like in the real world? Well, it's pretty much everything that can go wrong going wrong all at the same time. Your brilliant plans, they fall apart. The customers you were so sure would show up, they don't. Your amazing new tech is full of bugs you just can't seem to fix. And just when you think it can't get any worse, the whole economy takes a nosedive. You're just stuck, constantly putting out fires every single day. So this is the main point, the absolute bottom line. Forget genius, forget inspiration, forget even having the big idea for just a second. According to Musk, the single most important thing a founder needs is an immense, almost ridiculous capacity for pain. Not just for a week or a month, but for years. That right there is the price of admission. No exceptions. Okay, so if it's that hard and that painful, how in the world does anybody actually succeed? Well, thankfully, Musk doesn't just leave you with the doom and gloom. He offers a very clear path for how to get through that abyss. This is really the essential question, isn't it? If you're going to put yourself through all that hardship, there has to be a North Star, some kind of strategy that actually gets you through to the other side. So, what is it? And his answer laid out here is brilliantly simple. First, you have to stop focusing on your own pain and just obsessively pour all of your energy into making a fantastic product or service. Step 2, make your customers so happy they can't stop talking about it. Because when you nail that, something amazing happens, which is step 3, they start rooting for you. They want you to succeed. And that support, their belief in you, becomes your foundation. It's the one thing that will get you through the pain long enough to actually win. All right, so now that we get the mindset, let's switch gears a little bit. Musk also shared his vision for where the next wave of entrepreneurs should be looking to make their mark. So if you're willing to go through all that, the glass eating, the staring into the abyss, where should you point that incredible focus? Well, Musk highlights 3 specific areas he thinks are going to completely change the world. And here they are. First, electric transport. But he's thinking way beyond cars. He's talking about things like electric airplanes to finally break our addiction to fossil fuels. Second, genetic engineering. I mean, think about it. Solving hereditary diseases before a person is even born, just radically changing human health. And third, the one that sounds like pure sci-fi, brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs, aimed at making us smarter and fixing terrible brain diseases. Let's just pause on these BCIs for a second, because this is wild stuff. Musk is talking about using this tech to treat diseases like Parkinson's, but then it gets even crazier. Wiping out memory loss, being able to record what you see directly from your eyes, or even uploading new skills into your brain, like in the Matrix. He thinks this could completely get rid of educational inequality by giving everyone access to a baseline of knowledge. It is a mind-blowing vision of the future. And this is a really important reality check. Musk is very clear that these are just his best guesses. He knows that the process of actually creating something is messy. The thing you end up building is almost never exactly like the idea you started with. It's a great reminder that the journey is about discovery, not just following a perfect plan. And all of this brings us to the final and maybe the most important piece of advice from Musk. It has nothing to do with technology or pain, it has everything to do with you. After laying all this out, the insane hardship, the core strategy, the future frontiers, he finishes with this incredibly powerful idea. The point isn't to be the next Elon Musk. The world is waiting for what you have to offer, for the legend that you're going to build under your own name. And that's the question he leaves us with. It's really a challenge, not just for entrepreneurs, but for anyone who wants to create something new in the world. After hearing the brutal reality and the incredible possibilities, what mark are you going to make? What's your story going to be?